What's up, IG? Happy Sunday during this crazy time in history. Oh my God. So I wanted to go live here because I've been reading all the comments. I've been reading all the emails from so many different people. What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. I just thought it would be cool to come on here and maybe take some Q&A. I'll do my best to read your questions when they come in. But so I would bet to say the questions we're all asking ourselves, like, are people over-exaggerating this whole coronavirus thing? It's not that big a deal. Or some people on the complete opposite side saying this is the end of our lives, the end of our world, it's going to kill millions of people. Maybe you're somewhere like me, you're somewhere in between. But let's just face it. I would bet to say, give me a thumbs up if you're finally like, oh shit, this is real. And it creates fear, it creates worry. You start seeing around the world people shutting down, seeing Italy just shutting down completely. Seeing Ohio someone texted me, Ohio just said they're shutting down bars and restaurants. My kid's school is shut down. I just went to the local grocery store because I want to make some pasta today, and the shelves are clean and like a high-end, great food store. All this stuff was like, it's a little offsetting, right? It's a little weird. So what does this mean for us? Right? What does this mean for you personally? What does this mean for the economy? What does this mean? Like, listen, when people say the economy, you really boil it down to, like, is this going to affect my income? Is this going to affect my life? How bad is this going to affect my business? How long is this going to last, right? So I just thought that I would come on today with a little bit of a different perspective. And maybe a perspective from history. You know, my wife's brothers are young. They're 23 years old. They're like, oh, everybody's over-exaggerating. It's no big deal. The virus isn't that bad. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if the virus is like a flu. It's a pandemic. This is real. Businesses are shutting down. The stock market crashed, and it's going to fluctuate up and down. We might be at the beginning of a recession. It could go to a depression. Or maybe it's just a blip. But here's the thing. It is here. It is real. And the difference of us getting through this as an individual and as a society depends on, I believe, someone just wrote opportunity. I agree, but it depends on what's going on between here. So that's what I want to talk about today. What if we took a different perspective? What if we decided today that we were going to become role models and leaders and be an example of how to get through this? Now, I want to back up. So the only way I can help with what's currently going on is to talk about the past. So I am 51. I've been self-employed since I was 17 years old, cutting firewood. I've been blessed to start lots of companies, but that's how I started, cutting firewood, fixing wrecked cars, right? So I was a part of the crash in the late 80s. I was a part of the crash in 2007, the shift and crash in the economy. I was also a part of 9/11. And this to me, and I think this is the best way I can send in love. I see everybody, I'm going to try not to look down. Patty, sending love to everyone. I'm sending love too. That was a great message. But let me just share what I believe from history. 9/11 was the most similar to this, okay? It was one day the world changed, right? Especially here in America, no matter where you are from around the world, in America, in one day, we lost sense of security. America's felt like, we've never really been attacked by outside forces. Just Pearl Harbor once, right? America hasn't been in wars. We've been protected. We've been shielded. All of a sudden, we were attacked on our home land. Thousands of people died. Overnight, the world changed. The economy shifted. The world shifted. And everybody was afraid to go to, I remember not wanting to go to a basketball game, not wanting to go to the mall. If you're super young, you barely remember. If obviously you're over 35, you remember. But it was scary. Things change. And to the far right, people are like, the world will never be the same, especially America is ruined. To the far left, it was like, no big deal. I don't mean left and right like liberal and conservative, just shifted, right? But here's the thing. During that chaos, what happened is what will happen here. People stepped up. Role models came into play. Leaders came into play and inspired people to come out of their shells, inspired people to get back into the world, inspired people to action, inspired their kids, their family, their friends. And slowly, as especially here in the United States, slowly we gained our confidence. And then it compounded. And now it's like, oh yeah, the 9/11 thing. It was tragic for so many people, but it was a part of our history. And that's what I want to encourage you today. When you look throughout time, no matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60, or older, remember this. Just like seasons, right? It goes from spring into summer, and summer into fall, and fall into winter. Our world is secular. It goes in cycles. We've had summer for a long time. It's been beautiful. It's been the best economy in the world for the last 10 years. It's been like, oh, this is perfect. But winter came really fast. Now, I don't know how long winter's going to last. I'm not an economist. I'm not going to tell you how long this will be down. But here's what I know. Winter is here at this moment. It could be the start of a recession, or it could be a blip. But the difference in your family, the difference for you, is going to be your perception of this situation. See, it might hit you. Okay, I'm going to back up. So many people, I've had a couple people say to me, it's not going to affect my industry. This is going to affect everyone. Let me just tell you, it's going to affect everyone. Some people in a massively positive way, and some people in a negative way. If you are in the information business, if you're in the online world, if you're part of the digital economy, if you're selling knowledge, if you're part of the knowledge industry, in my opinion and in my experience, when things like this happen, people want to learn more specialized knowledge from home online. If you're in that industry, step into it. You have the opportunity to excel and help people, right? But other industries are going to be hurt. So just know there's going to be repercussions. But you know who comes out on top? Not the person who invents something, not the person who takes advantage of people during times like this. You know who wins? Is those that can find a mindset to be a role model and a leader during these times. So here's what I'd suggest. Some of us have, like we're staying home this weekend, right? We might be quarantined. Maybe that's happening next. It's happening all over the world. So that might happen here in America. So you could sit home and read all the CNN and all the Fox News and all the online stuff and scroll through Facebook and freak yourself out. I'm going to get to personal, your family in a moment. That's because that's most important. You could freak yourself out. Or you could take this time to say, wow, I have to shut down from this. This is a time to re-engage with my wife. This is a time to re-engage with my husband. This is a time to finally do those things with my kids at home that I wanted to do and not just look at electronics. This is the time to finally finish that course. This is a time to finally gain the self-education to do this. This is the time to finally register the URL or work on me or get a closer connection to God. Sometimes these things happen in life and we don't even know why. But they're actually happening for us so we can have a reality check or we can get back into us. So it's going to be really easy to look through the eyes of what could go wrong, how this can continue, how this can perpetuate, how this can ruin your business. It also is powerful to look through the eyes of why was this put in my life and how can I utilize every moment to come out stronger than I ever was. Now, I said before about personal. Let me just tell you, you can read a million things about Corona. I'm not the expert. I have some dear friends that are really smart when it comes to health and doctors and they've given me their opinion, but here's what I know. It's really here. I would do less, again, all the stuff everybody knows. Social distancing. Don't go in crowds. Take care of yourself. Be healthy. Wash your hands obsessively. Change after you're out. Let's do our part to not help spread this, right? That's on a personal note. Take care of your family. Take care of you. But then it's time to protect this. I'm not trying to, it's really hard to share this because I know some of you are scared to death and some of you are like, this is no big deal, depending probably on your age, right? But this is serious. Whether you believe the virus is like a flu and no big deal, it's killed 1/10 of the people that the flu kills, or you believe this is a pandemic at the most extreme. The fact of the matter is it doesn't matter what you believe. The economy is shifting. People are freaking out. Things are going to change. You can be like the book Who Moved My Cheese, one of my favorite books of all time. It's a simple read. You can sit and stare that someone took your cheese and said, I'm not moving till my cheese comes back. Or you can create a role model mindset. You can work on being a leader. And you can go out and figure out how this shift could result in more of a positive impact in your life. Yeah, maybe you're thinking right now, I don't know. I'd love for, tell me how you're feeling. What's your biggest fear right now? Go ahead and tell me, what's your biggest fear right now? Or do you think this is just all BS and no big deal? Yeah, regardless of the virus, it's having effects on the world. Absolutely. Right on, brother. Thank you. Love your outlook. Let me know what your biggest fear is right now. Dean, you have pure love. Oh, thank you so much. It's serious. Just staying positive and being... the CV is for real. Yep. It's definitely... It's loss of control, fear of the unknown, right? Of course, right? The fear of the unknown, that's like the craziest part, right? And the fear of your family. I won't have a graduation. Yeah, you could always have a graduation. Let's see, no fear here, uncertainty. Yeah, so really, when you find yourself, if you are freaking out, if you're worried, it is that thought of uncertainty, right? Like, where's this going to go? How long is it going to last? That's why I want to share with you. Work on you. Imagine, just think about this. When you have to step up in a role, and you know what, I'm going to try not to stare down too much because I will get my ADD of like squirrel. What would you say next, right? But think about this. Have you ever had to step up and take care of kids, a spouse, a friend, a family member? Like maybe you weren't feeling the best. Think about this. I'm going to use a silly analogy here. Do you ever have a time where you weren't feeling the best? You had a headache. If no one was around, you'd be just like, I got to be a little lazy. I'm going to lay in bed. But if you're a parent and you're feeling sick, but your kids need you, you're like, you step up, like, what do you need, babe? I got you. Or your spouse or your friend or your family, like you're a little off and you're not feeling the best and you're tired, you didn't sleep, but someone needs you. And what do? You step up and like, okay, I got this. And you don't even remember being sick. It's gone. That's kind of how, that's what I'm thinking is the foundation of how we can be okay, is everybody else around you needs you to be a leader. You need to be a role model now more than ever before in history. And the reason I could say this to you, this isn't being broadcast to 400 million people around the world. You're following me. Again, I always say this. You could be watching Netflix right now or the Kardashian show. You're here looking for self-education. You're learning to go to another level. You want capabilities. You want tactics. You want strategies. I know you're someone who deserves more, wants more, and you're achieving more, and you're going to get it. So that means that we're kindred spirits. So what if you just decided today, as shitty as this feels for you, as scared as you are, you parked that on the side, you gained capabilities, and you became the role model for your family. Because when you're working on being a role model, you don't have time to worry about all the little shit, because here's what I want to tell you. I'm not going to oversimplify this. It's a virus. It's here. It'll be gone. The economy, it took a crap. It could last a little while, it could last longer, but someday it's going to be gone and it'll go back up. The fear you have right this moment, whether it's a 1 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, that fear will be gone. The uncertainty you have will again become certainty. All of this is going to happen, zero doubts, absolutely 100%. You just get to decide when and how long. That's where we're at. So that's my thoughts. And then the last thing I'll tell you is, if you know anything about me, if you've been a part of any of my trainings, any of my courses, people will respect you, learn from you, buy from you when they feel understood. Remember, the world has shifted. People are looking through a different lens right now. Let people feel more understood. If you're in the information age, if you're in the knowledge industry, if you're in the digital economy, people are going to be shopping more online than ever before. People are going to be learning and buying things online more than ever before. People are going to want to be doing things more virtual than ever before. That's just true. Some businesses are going to freaking skyrocket through this. But no matter what business you're in, remember to change your terminology. Remember to lean into people's hearts. Remember, people are scared. Enter conversations already going on in their heads. Let them feel understood. Sometimes we have to throw out life preservers, right? Your marketing, your messaging, the way you communicate with the people you love around you, the people that work with you, work for you. Remember, they want to feel safe. Lean into your heart. Help them feel that way. Let them feel understood. Provide more service than anybody else does. You know who made it during the last down economy? Those that provided more service, that listened to people's needs. If you do that, you have the opportunity to come out on top of everyone. And I don't mean like taking advantage of a bad situation, but you have the opportunity to serve and find good in this crazy time. All right, that's my message. I know it was all over the place. I appreciate you guys. No matter where you are in the world, be safe. Take care of you. Take care of your family. But most of all, take care of this. Find a way to be a role model. Be a leader through this. Inspire others to another level. And watch how we can make our impact in the world. Just think about this. Just this group right now, just us right now. Think of the impact we can make on the world when people are freaked and we stand up and show our best version of ourselves. When people can't find, they have uncertainty and we have certainty and we give them enough where they feel better about themselves. When their emotional like security is just all over the place and we find them focused and centered. I think that gives us a worthy cause to be a better version of ourselves. All right, I appreciate you all so much. If you got any questions for me, do me a favor, DM me right now with any questions you got on economy. I've been through 4 market shifts. I've been blessed to start over 13 companies. I've been broker than broke, and I've thrived during downturn economies. I found a way when I was insecure to be secure, when I was uncertain to be certain. So if you have any questions for me, do me a favor. DM me right now, and I'll go live again tomorrow or the next day, and I'll answer all your questions. I appreciate you guys so much. Have an amazing, amazing day. We got this. We do. We got this.